Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Tai Chi in the Park. We are here again at Evelyn's Park to continue our meditative walking practice. Today we're going to introduce circular movement to our Tai Chi walking, and this circular movement is meant to bring about a sense of harmony throughout the entire body. So it being very inclusive and bringing the whole body and mind together. So let's go ahead and get started. Clear some space to walk forward and back a few steps, and we'll get warmed up. Starting with your feet shoulder width distance apart. We're going to start by rubbing our hands together. Good morning, everyone. And opening the fingers and rubbing in between the fingers. Rubbing the webbing in between your fingers. So we're going to introduce circular movement in our warm-up and continue on through our practice. But first we want to warm up the skin, letting that warmth sink into the muscles, into the tendons, and into the bones. Bringing the hands to the lower back, rubbing the lower back. And taking in some deep abdominal breaths here. And now bringing it down the outside of the legs. And inhaling up to the inner thighs, to the navel, around to the back down. Taking two hands over the navel and slowly circling around the navel. Relaxing the abdomen, allowing for the breath to sink deeper down into the body. All right, and relaxing here, bringing the head down. Inhale, roll the head to one side, pausing over the shoulder. Exhale, chin down, rolling to the other side. And coming to center, lifting the chin up, rolling the shoulders up and back. Small, gentle, circular movement in the shoulder socket. And as the shoulders sink down through the elbows. Let the palms lift up and pressing down. As you stand, soften the knees. Sink into your stance. Letting the forearms circle inwards. And when we move in a circular motion, we conserve more energy. Because the energy issues out and then returns. So there's a completeness to the circle. And reverse the circle. Feeling though as though your energy, your life essence is returning back to you as we warm up. Begins to collect your body like a vessel. And reverse. And now we're going to open up the torso, first by leaning forward, rolling down through the spine, letting the arms hang down, shoulders are forward, head's hanging, and then we drop one shoulder. Opening up the side waist. Inhale, lifting the sternum up, reaching up and out through the crown. As we roll down to the other side, dropping that shoulder. Loose like a rag doll. And coming back to center, reversing the circle. And coming back to center, rolling up through the spine, hands to the hips and circling the hips. Standing with the feet wide, focusing on the groin area, the internal sections of the hip, and reverse. And coming back to center, walk your feet in. Continue with the hip circles, letting the hips roll around the feet. And notice how this might feel a little different. Reaching into the outer hip. And reverse. Coming back to center, bend the knees, hands on the thighs. Small, gentle circles with the knees. We don't want to put pressure on the knee joints. Just lightly resting the hands on the thighs. And reverse. And also moving the joints in a circular way helps to increase our range of motion, or to help maintain that range of motion. Stepping the feet apart, pressing into the ball of the foot, opening up that connection to the earth, and opening up the ankle, and reverse. And shifting the weight. Rolling on the ball of your other foot. And reverse. All right, and let's take a few deep breaths, softening the knees, sinking into the hips, lengthening up through the spine. Exhale, relax. Drawing in light and heat from the sun, moon, and stars, from the air we're breathing. And now let's begin our practice. Taking a few steps back so that you can walk towards your screen or walk a few steps forward. We're going to start with the heels apart, toes turned out at the 45-degree angle. Arms are just hanging from the shoulder sockets. Crown of the head is lifting up. Feet are rooting down into the earth. We're going to keep the hands open for this practice, but we're going to introduce Pung here, this rounded resilience in the arms, as though you were holding a giant ball. And bending the knees, shifting the weight. As you step forward, our hands are going to circle out, and as we post, the hands come in together and back. Small, circular, spiraling motion of the arms and post. Taking a step, letting the heel touch the ground, shift the weight forward, the arms open, and post. Step forward, arms expand with the breath, and return on the exhale. And one more step forward. Now for our retreating step. Stepping back, reaching with the toe, foot comes flat, heel is grounded. As we shift the weight, the arms expand, we inhale. Exhale, stay low. And you may notice that the circles might get bigger for you as we practice. Making sure that each step is safe and comfortable and steady. Taking our time, not rushing through any movement. And we begin to just start to appreciate and enjoy the movement for the sake of movement. And now we're going to make two gentle fists, taking the two middle fingers, curling them in to touch the center of the palm, stepping forward, and just noticing how this feels, circling with the fists. Allowing the energy to be held in the hips, in the legs, in the hands, everything below the waist. Allowing the energy to be carried here. And possibly feeling the energy building with each step, with each breath. And posting here, retreating step, stepping back, making sure you take a wide step, maybe wider than your hips. And post, we come in and then we retreat out. Noticing your focus Maybe you're focusing on the movement, on the step. Maybe you're focusing on the breath. Maybe you're focusing on staying in that lowered stance. And now opening up the hands again and just playing around with that sensation of what it feels like with the hands open versus closed in a fist. You can play around with spreading the fingers or keeping them close together. And posting here, retreating step. Now that we're getting comfortable with the rhythm, the slow pace of the movements, maybe you'll begin to feel spontaneous joy. Keeping us from becoming too serious in our focus. Maybe you'll find that you naturally sink down a little bit further, because the body is more relaxed, more open. And post, closing the fist, 2 middle fingers pressing into the center of the palm. Rest of the fingers are relaxed. So those 2 middle fingers are pressing into what is called Lao Gong. These 2 acupoints in Chinese medicine associated with the heart. So when we bring our fingers to that area, it can bring about a sense of peace and tranquility to the heart, allowing for the heart to feel very settled. Allowing for the spirit to settle into the heart. Eyes softly gazing. Being fully aware of your surroundings, but feeling open to your surroundings, to the nature around you. And retreating step. Wait till the heel is down, then shift the weight back. And post, stay low. Retraining the mind and body to move in different ways. And post here, open the palms. And this time, feeling as though the palms are gathering in towards the lower dantian, the lower abdomen, below the navel. Allowing the movements to become effortless and for the chi to build. And retreating step. And even if you're not able to step, just moving the arms in a circle can begin to generate energy in and around the body and help you connect to that circular energy, allowing it to spiral through the body. All right, and raise your stance. Inhale your arms up. Standing tall. Feeling more relaxed. All right, and shake it out. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. Taking the hands together, cooling down, and ending with standing meditation. Rubbing in between the fingers again. Maybe noticing a little bit more heat or a little bit more power or energy in the hands now than at the beginning. Take your warm hands to your face and circle the face. Bringing the hands overhead and down. Shaking out. Bringing the hands up overhead. And exhale down. And inhale. And exhale. Standing a little bit wider, we're going to twist and tap the top of the shoulders, releasing any tension. Letting the back of one hand tap the lower back, other hand tapping on top of the upper trapezius. And now taking the hand, tapping front of the shoulder. And now around the waist. All right, and slowly unwind. We're going to take one hand across to the opposite shoulder And here to the opposite rib cage, and we're going to rub, taking some deep breaths. And release, taking one hand to the opposite shoulder, other hand to the bottom of the rib cage, and rubbing. And taking our hands together, rubbing palms together, getting them warmed up, shifting your weight to one side. Bringing warm hands to your kneecap, to all of the tendons and tissues in and around the knee, letting them be supported, bringing warmth to them to encourage more blood flow. Warming the hands up. Over to the other side. Coming back up. And warming the lower back again one last time. And here, allowing the breath to sink into the lower back. And imagining that the kidneys are releasing forward away from the rib cage. All right, let's take a deep breath in. Letting the hands settle down at the lower dantian. Knees softly bent. Crown of the head lifted, feet open, heavy and grounded. Feeling the space in between. Shifting the weight to one side, posting, lengthening up through the side body of your weighted leg. And feeling that circular energy passing through the arms, from one arm to the other, circulating. And bringing the foot down, shifting the weight. Posting on the other side and reversing that intention of circular movement through the arms. Trying to carry most of the weight in your standing leg. Cultivating strength through stillness. And now coming back to center. Even between left and right, front and back, up and down. Finding your center. And settling and sinking in there. Slowly release that. But maybe holding that intention for the day. As we inhale, the arms up. Two more. Looking up, gazing up at the sky, or maybe out through the window. And closing our practice. Feet together, inhaling the arms up. Making our Tai Chi salute, that symbol of circular harmony. Harmony within and harmony without. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all of those of you who are here practicing with us in the park, and for those of you who are practicing with us at home. Be sure to follow us here on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel for more Tai Chi videos. Thank you for being with us. Until then, stay safe, take care. Dao An, wishing you peace on your path.